Welcome back to our Maths lesson year 2. I hope you're all very well. We're going to carry on from last lesson. So in our last lesson we were multiplying by 5. This lesson we're going to divide by 5. So let's get started. There are 10 ribbons. We're going to draw a circle around the ribbons to make groups of 5. Let's go. So I've counted 5 and drawn around, and counted another 5 and drawn around that. So there are 2 groups of 5 ribbons. So 10 divided by 2 makes 5. Let's look at the next question. There are 30 handkerchiefs. Now we need to draw around the handkerchiefs to make 5 equal groups. So let's go. So we have 30 handkerchiefs and we've divided them up into 5 groups. How many handkerchiefs are in each group? Okay, that's correct. There are 6. So 30 divided by 5 makes 6. Let's look at the bottom. We're going to fill in the blanks for the questions below. Take a look at the questions and remember our patterns. So 4 times 5 is 20. So 20 divided by 5 must be 4. Remember how we use the same numbers, just in a different order. We have 4, 5 and 20, and then we have 20, 5 and 4. So take a look at the others. 8 times 5 is 40. So what must the missing number be? That's correct. 40 divided by 5 is 8. Let's take a look at this. We have the frogs have the questions, and the baby frogs, the tadpoles, have the answers. We've got to match them all. So 40 divided by 5 makes 8. Let's go down. 30 divided by 5. That's correct, it's 6. 45 divided by 5. Can you find the answer? That's correct, it's 9. And then 35 divided by 5. Seven. Now going back to the top, 25 divided by 5. That's correct, it's 5. Well done, year 2. So 20 divided by 5. Is 4. Excellent work. So 5 divided by 5. Is 1. So let's take a look at our last question. 15 divided by 5. It must be 3. Did you get them all right? Great work, year 2. So Tom has 45 crayons. He puts them equally into 5 boxes. How many crayons did he put into each box? So we need to draw circles around them to make groups of 5. So now they're in groups of 5. Now, what sum could we make to get the right answer of how many are in each group? So 45, as that's the total number, and then we're going to divide it by 5 for the 5 groups. How many in each group? 9. So let's try it with the times tables. 9 times 5 makes 45. So he puts 9 crayons in each box. Now take a look at the next question. Rita has 25 envelopes. She puts 5 envelopes in a stack. How many stacks of envelopes does she have? So we need to count in 5s and put a circle around each 5. Let's go. So I've put them into groups of 5. there are 5 groups altogether. So let's do our sum. So 25 envelopes in total have been divided into 5 groups. How many in each group? 5. Let's check our answers. So let's put the numbers the other way. 5 times 5 is 25. She has 5 stacks of envelopes altogether. So Henry has 35 crayons. He puts 5 crayons in each box. How many boxes of crayons does he have? So the sum has been done for us. We have 35 crayons and we're going to divide them into 5s. 35 divided by 5 is 7. Let's check it. So 7 times 5 is 35. So he has 7 boxes of crayons. So our next question. 5 children share 10 books equally. How many books does each child have? So 10 divided by how many children? 5. 10 divided by 5 is 2. So let's double check that with our multiplication. 2 times 5 is 10. Now each child gets 2 books. Miss Lee has 50 pieces of string. She gives each pupil 5. How many pupils does she have altogether in the class? So where are we going to start? We have 50 pieces of string. We're going to divide that by 5. So they have 5 pieces each. That means there are 10 students in her class. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. Let's double check that with our times tables. So she has 10 pupils. 10 times 5 is 50. So our last question on the page. Ryan has 15 greeting cards. He gives them equally to 5 friends. How many greeting cards does each friend receive? So how many cards do we have? We have 15. We're going to divide that by how many friends? 5. 15 divided by 5 is 3. Each friend receives 3 greeting cards. Now let's double check that with our times table. 3 times 5 is 15. Excellent work, Year 2. I hope you're understanding and beginning to see the patterns. As always, great work, Year 2. Please keep up revising and practicing multiplication and division. It may seem tricky, but the more we practice, the easier it becomes. As always, a great lesson and well done for your efforts. And take care, and I'll speak to you tomorrow. Goodbye.